Hello, Venusian tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Buck Rogers Countdown to Doomsday. You think I'd know what game I'm playing by now. Anyway, last episode we explored the natives' village, the lowlanders of Venus, saved a couple of them, and we've currently got, well, you can see up top, we've got Leander, who's like their chief, and Zane, who's a baby that has magically not died. Theoretically, Zane's earned a level up, but I have a feeling probably wouldn't leave this planet with us to actually get trained, so you probably couldn't actually do it. Anyway, 3 of our characters are essentially ready for a level up, and we'll definitely get around to that, well, as soon as we can. So let's continue our adventures. I believe we heard some footsteps when we left the village, so let's see where that leads us. You hear marching to the south again. Well, let's keep... Clearly this strange-looking pixel must mean something, right, Pixel? You know about those. There's a much-used path into a cave of old cables and girders here. Well, let's check it out. It's a small map by the looks of things. Scott.DOS materializes as you enter the cave of twisted girders and decaying cables. You're in a segment of the remains of Venusian space elevator. It was destroyed by Ram in 2285, and the ruins are scattered throughout the lowlands. The ruins and the surface lightning is... The surface lightning is confusing? Oh, okay, yeah. There's obviously lightning on Venus, guys. The surface lightning is confusing my sensors, so be careful. It's the perfect place for Ram to hide machinery, or weapons, or death robots. Okay, we're not going to leave the ruins, we just got here. Let's move that cursor a little bit out of the way. So, I mean, this looks like a dead end. Let's check it out first. Okay. Now, we did get a map back in the village, but I believe it was referring to a Ram base, not the ruins of a space elevator. We definitely don't want to leave yet. Alright, looking around. One thing I do appreciate is, unlike the Pool of Radiance series, where I was always worried about like pre-buffing with bless spells and prayers, there doesn't appear to be anything like that in the Buck Rogers series, so I never need to worry about, you know, preemptively casting spells. You know, it's a little bit less micromanagement. It's nice. Anyway, mutated jennies. By the way, if you're paying attention, some mutated jennies swarm up a ladder towards you. With hisses and howls of glee, they attack. They're really happy to see us. I'm really glad that Leander's going to help out. But we've got them cornered. Unfortunately, this means Alec can't really test out his Mercurian polearm, so we'll have to switch over to some sort of ranged weapon. I suppose there's just the one here. So I don't actually know anything about these enemies. This is the first time I've seen them. They're sad. They're very sad. I suppose it's Ursa Adder. So Adder is in snake and Ursa is in bear. Bear snakes? That sounds kind of creepy. Well, we're off to a pretty good shot, a pretty good start, hitting them anyway. Let's try to focus one down first, just to reduce the amount of damage we might take on return. We're not going to be able to get any backstabs or back attacks at the moment, by the looks of things. Alright, one is dead. Pixel's taking a few hits here. Let's, I'm actually going to move Oodaloop up, which is, you know, takes a little bit of damage. Oodaloop is the other character with a ton of HP, so it just opens the way up for Alec to get a or not a backstab per se, but, you know, try out that new weapon, basically. Alright. 2 Ursa Adders, and we're just going to let Zane defend, basically. And Leander, I mean, I think he's got, like... Well, his Thaco is actually better than I expected, let's be fair. But I was expecting he was going to have a really bad stats anyway. Oh, this guy was just sitting on a chair! How civilized. Alright, well, I'm going to be surprised if these guys put up too much of a fight. They obviously deal a fair bit of damage. Also, this would have been a good situation for a grenade. I totally forgot about those. Alright, Oodaloop, you just hold still and just fire needles, basically. Yeah, that's pretty good. 17 damage, 13 damage. Yeah, they hit relatively hard. Enough that it'll add up if we let this fight go too long. Probably could have done a really good stun grenade, but now that we're already sort of midway through the battle, I figure, nah, let's not bother. Alright, well, Alec, I do want to try out this new polearm. So let's give that a try. Just to remember, Thaco of 12 is not bad. If we switch over, it's a Thaco of still 12. It's the same. So we're switching out 3 or possibly 4 attacks per round down to 2. It's probably a terrible idea, but whatever. At least he hit something. Also, there's a bit of space now, so we can start trying to set up backstabs or at least back attacks. At least, you don't even technically apparently, you don't need to connect to get a back attack. Just, it distracts the enemy so you can set up back attacks. Good job, double miss. I always like it when that happens. So, for instance, everyone else should have a fairly easy time hitting these guys with back attacks. I still don't know the exact number, like the bonus you get, but it must be fairly significant. Let's try to set up at least one back attack on that guy. I'm not sure if fella is currently at the right angle here. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'd noticed that before, that the back attack angles were pretty generous. Alright, Zane, you got this, kid. Aw, the baby missed. Wow, 20 damage, yep. Well, Pixel's still the king of melee, obviously. Good job. And Kiara is still healing us up pretty effectively. Got some pretty good experience for the Ursadders. There's a small den hidden in. Let's check it out. You find acid-stained bones and shedded snakeskins. Yeah, that's great. That's it. Just some snakeskins. Let me check, because I forgot. There we go. Switch over to this one. Let's see if there's anything about Ursadders in here, or Ursa Adders, or whatever you want to call them. Because I don't think we've ever fought anything like that. Yeah, here we go. So, the Venusian Predator, which is a cross between a snake and a bear. Yeah. Has inherent armor and feeds mostly on acid frogs. Aw, the poor acid frogs. So they added acid frogs to deal with the space hornets that they added to kill something else or scavenge. Swamp hornets clean up decaying bodies of other things. The acid frogs eat the space swamp hornets. And then they added Ursadders to eat the acid frogs after they got crazy. Excellent. What eats the Ursadders? Anyway. Oh, we could check if there's any tips for fighting them, I guess. Repulsive Jennies. Immune to gas and intimidation, and they like swarms. Alright. Let's continue our adventure. You feel very uneasy, so you save your game. A ladder leads to a developed area underground. Of course we go. Well, the walls changed, so that's a good step in the right direction. Ventilation cables creak above you. There's going to be some combat jennies, basically Xenomorph style from the Alien movie. Dropping down, murdering us. Cigarette butts litter the floor. Okay. You hear hushed whispers close by. Uh-oh. Just another dead end to get us murdered. Computers hum in the distance. This is a small computer room. A lone RAM technician is seated at one of the terminals. He sees you and quakes in fear. He promises not to reveal your presence if you let him go. I don't know if we should trust this guy. I just got a feeling. Maybe we should interrogate him. I only fix gliders, the technician says. You can check the computers for more information. Here's the key for the glider hangar. Please, let me go. Well, we got the hangar key at least. And we got some XP. Yeah, let's tie him up. That sounds way smarter than letting him go. Now, he'll probably be eaten by bear snakes, but, you know, At least he's got a chance, right? You bind and gag the technician and lock him in a supply closet. Well, someone will find his bones one day. You call Scott.DOS to help you investigate the computer room. He searches the database and comes up with some information. Because he knows none of us are good enough at using computers. Alright, log 30 here. Journal 30. Alright, let's pop this on screen for you guys. Scott.DOS materializes before you. He looks as grim as you've ever seen him. I found a schedule for the RAM lowland operation, he tells you. RAM promised the lowlanders that they would prevent further terraforming, but they've been using lowlander technology to research how such terraforming could most efficiently be accomplished. Now, not only that, but they recently imported a fleet of specialized gliders that can withstand the Venusian climate for longer periods. Each glider has enough ammunition to abolish an entire village. RAM won't be satisfied with only destroying the closest village to their base. They apparently plan to wipe out the entire lowland population and take over production of Gravitol themselves. That's pretty rude. Pretty rude. Alright. Is that everything? You hear footsteps from behind. Uh-oh. They're on to us, guys. Someone's smoking cigarettes. Well, it'll probably be like right through this room then. So we save. And no amount of firepower could open this door. But your key works easily. Now we have like a hacker and we have like demolition charges. So I'm sure we would have had a way in one way or the other. You feel very uneasy. Guys, quit feeling so uneasy. It's not like there's brain parasites here. Probably. We've already dealt with the brain parasites. Dead end or door? You find a detonator keycard, but you need the corresponding control box to use it. Okay. This is a hangar full of RAM gliders. Above you is a glass dome camouflaged by swamp murk and shrubbery. You find no way to open the dome, so the gliders are useless. Are we gonna blow this place up? Or what? I keep hearing whispers, but like... Oh, here's a room. There's gotta be something down here. A control box! And some explosive grenades! Yay! Who wants some explosive grenades? Well, you've got dazzle and stun grenades. You've got an explosive grenades and you got lots of stuff. Fella, you do have that rocket launcher and some mini explosive grenades. These are not mini though. Okay, let's give them to our Oh, he doesn't have any grenades at all. Let's give them to Alec. Yeah. Everyone needs to have at least a couple grenades. There you go, buddy. Some explosive grenades, cool. You may now activate the box program and program the gliders to self-destruct. Sure. You activate the control box with the detonator key and tune it to each of the gliders. The gliders explode. You hear a crash as the dome shatters. I sure hope we can get out of here. As the ruins settle and swamp muck drips onto your team through cracks in the ceiling. Yeah, maybe we should have waited until we exited the area. It sounds a little dangerous. Swamp slug squish. And we find some RAM forces at long last. Alright, so this is a fair number of robots with rocket pistols. Everyone's got a rocket pistol over there. So we could, if I get to Kiara's turn quickly, we could use, I think we've got one of the grenades that will protect us from that, right? I think. It's also probably easier to focus down the RAM warriors first, just because they've got less HP. I'm gonna move Ace a little bit out of the way. Try to draw more attacks to Pixel and Oodaloop, basically. And... yeah, we'll move one tile over. Alright, fella. Try to finish this guy off. Unfortunately, Kiara didn't go very quickly, so... There we go. So let's see if I can do this. We've got chafe grenades. That's what I'm looking for. We got to unequip the weapon, and then equip the chafe grenade. And remember, you can't throw them very far without the grenade launcher, but we'll try. I want it to land, like, right here, probably, primarily. That will keep us protected from basically all their weapons. Nice. Well, this should be pretty easy now, then, if they can't even hit us. Just remember, don't use rocket weapons, and this will be easy. Easy peasy. Apparently, they have needle guns. And then that one used the aerosol grenades, so that will protect a bunch of them from laser pistols and probably override the ECM, the chafe protection. So that was clever. They did the right thing. Or, as it turns out, all the enemies have needle guns anyway. So my big strategy for having a clever plan is perhaps ruined. Yeah, I mean, if all the enemies have two types of weapons, using one of these two doesn't actually help you at all, because they can just switch. Let's try the microwave gun. We don't use that kind of stuff very often. Wow, this guy's only got 1 HP. Let's use it on this guy. 0 damage? What? How's he immune to microwaves? Unfortunately, like, I'm sure I've said this a couple times. Unfortunately, a lot of the enemies are just unreasonably immune to weapon damage. Alright, Leander, not doing super amazing here. Fella won't be able to hit any of them with this. Or basically anything. Alright, we're gonna try. Seeing as all of his weapon types are currently disabled, let's try the explosive grenades. Good job. Very good job, fella. Just dropped the grenade, didn't even throw it. Alright, let's try to keep Leander alive. Not have him kill the baby. Alright, so, you know, this fight maybe not going super well for us. So I don't know why it seems like the microwave gun just never works on anything. I don't think it works on robots anyway, and then it didn't seem to work on Ram Warriors for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, but... Oh, of course, that was laser, right? Well, that was a double backstab, so that was a good attack by Pixel anyway. Alright, well, let's not waste the grenades. I think if we equip the rocket pistol now and move into the fog... Are the robot? Oh, the robots are kind of immune to rockets anyway, right? Rocket weapons? That might be the way it works. Robots, they just have inherent ECM, basically. I mean, we have, I thought most of my characters had some sort of ECM protection as well. Maybe I didn't get very many of those. We don't have any weapons that are going to work here, then. If you can't use the microwave and you can't use the rocket pistol... Like, I guess that's what's annoying me, is the enemy get to use the advantage of the... Well, they've got so many damage immunities, basically. And we're in the aerosol cloud, so... So essentially we can't use lasers, microwaves, heat, or rocket weapons on these guys. So what can you use? You can use your needle guns, and that's it, basically. Needle guns and melee. Now, don't get me wrong, backstabbing in melee is fun, and I definitely enjoy having that opportunity, but it's a pretty limited combat, like, it limits the options, basically. So It just proves you should just bring swords and needle guns, basically, for everybody. That's fine. I just, you know, I wish it was balanced a little bit better, is all. I don't think any of this is worth picking up, so we'll just leave it. Alright, also, I want to check, I thought... Yeah, some people have these ECM packages. I don't know if that makes you immune to rocket weapons the way robots are, but it probably, at the very least, gives you, like, armor class against them. So I gotta remember, I still need, like, 4 more of those, actually. We only ever got 2 ECM packages. Electronic countermeasure, I believe, would be the name. Everyone's got a breathing mask and protective goggles, so gas attacks and blinding attacks. But there is other sort of accessories we can get as we get further into the game. Acid frogs. Piles of dirt and pools of mud mark the entrance to an underground tunnel. Numerous boot prints indicate that this tunnel has been heavily used. Sure, let's check it out. The tunnel ends in the back of an 8-man barrack. The walls hum with activity. This is clearly a much more developed ram outpost. Oh, this might be the actual area we're trying to get into, and we found the secret entrance. Let me just finish exploring this area. But I think that's probably about it for here. It's just, we heard some acid frogs, right? Around you is the wreckage of the glider hangar. Twisted bits of glider lie strewn throughout the room. Unidentifiable jennies peer down through the shattered dome. Oh, wow. I just want to see, because there was that, oh, it teleported us somewhere different. Look at how the mini-map updated. We're actually in a different section of the map because this room has been reset. That's kind of cool. Alright, there's probably nothing else to do here. We could leave and go back to the overworld map if we wanted, or we can just head into the RAM base. Now, I'm sure there's a way to enter the RAM base if you skip this area, but this is like the clever way to do it, right? Now we snuck in. So that's cool. Let me go with Fella here. We're just gonna equip that rocket launcher. And doesn't someone have like a grenade launcher or a plasma launcher or something? So Ace has a grenade launcher, but not a whole lot of grenades. If Ace runs out of grenades, we'll just pass him over some from somebody else. Have fun with the grenade launcher. We can just use the mini explosive grenades for now. And like somebody else has the plasma thrower. Let's trade that down to someone who doesn't have a... Like, Pixel and Oodaloop's main attacks are great. Let's give that to, like, Alec, because Alec's been, I would say, struggling for damage lately. Now, that's too heavy. It's weighed him down to the point that he's only got 6 movement. So we'll have to change stuff around a little bit here. Let's equip that. Let's just pass the explosive grenades. It's better than explosive grenades. We'll just give you a plasma thrower. Still too heavy. We're gonna sell the mono sword eventually anyway. Still too heavy. The rocket pistol's not very good. Let's just let somebody else hold on to that. Still too heavy. Oh, these things must be really weighty. Maybe that's why I gave it to... Alright, hold on. Let me just look this up, because this is why I gave everybody some strength, because apparently weapons are super hard to carry in this game. So a plasma thrower... It doesn't say how much it weighs. Come on, manuals. You gotta do better than that. Yeah, I've got no idea what any of these things weigh. I'd have to look it up in-game, but... like, you can see, based on your strength, how many... how much, you know, kilograms or something you can actually carry. So, Alec has 17 strength. That means he can carry 85 encumbrance, and he's at 88. So we're close. We're just a little bit over. Let me get my windows all set up here again. Okay, so can I squeeze out 3 more? He's gonna lose like every weapon he's got. It's still too much. Wow. Plasma thrower is too heavy. How much is of a difference? Yeah, the plasma thrower, what is that, 65? 75 weight on its own? Holy smokes. Okay, new plan. Let's check if, not the grenade launcher. Let's check if the rocket launcher could be less. Now, Fella's down to 6 movement as well. We got some problems here, but let's see if the rocket launcher is significantly less. It might be a little bit less. Okay, so the rocket launcher, he went from 12 to 62. So he can still move, and that means I can at least give him his optional weapons back. I think. Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer than I expected. And I would like for him to have at least one ranged weapon that's not a rocket launcher. Alright, 67 is within, I think 75 is his max, so that covers that. Kiara only gets to move 9 anyway. Fella is at his max 12, but he doesn't have his rocket launcher anymore. But he's only got 17 strength as well, so basically what I'm learning here is unless you're a desert runner with maximum strength, you can't really carry the plasma launcher. By the looks of things. Yeah. Sorry about that, Fella, and Alec and all you guys. These things are just way too heavy. Sure. I mean, Pixel can give it a shot, right? I mean, I do really like his backstabbing damage with, wherever it is. I can't see it. I'm blanking. Yeah, the Martian Monosword. It's really good, but I'll let him try the Plasma Thrower. Yeah, we'll give it a shot anyway. We've got some, we're in probably the big dungeon of this area, so I want to at least open up a couple rounds of exploding, basically. Now, probably if we come through the main entrance, or if we run into it, that's probably where we'd really want to use it. The big plasma launcher type stuff. This is an 8-man ram barrack. The narrow bunks are stacked 4 high. Very useful information. The security door opens when you find the correct key on your key ring. Okay, that's good, because we went to the Lowlander village and picked up some keys, right? A big fancy key ring. Let's head north first for no specific reason. More barracks. More barracks. Acidium. Acidicium? Acidicium sends you an attack. Why are there acidicium here? What are acidicium? They look like slugs. Let's read more about acidiciums, because again, we got some new stuff to fight here. And probably a terrible battle to use rocket launchers, because there's like 2 enemies. It's up the top here. Surely I should bookmark the areas with all the monsters, right? There we go. Acidiciums. These Venusian horrors are a cross between fierce feline hunters and mold-devouring mollusks. Acidicium are often used to guard ram installations in humid climates since they can feed on mold and spores, which grow on the damp walls until more active prey can be found. Cat mollusks. That sounds ridiculous. Definitely ridiculous. Do I have any tips on fighting acidiciums? They're immune to dazzle grenades, grass, intimidation, and stun, and they deflect 50% chance to deflect like all melee and ranged attacks and can paralyze you. Okay, these guys are pretty terrible. Good to know. They get like a 50% dodge on top of being immune to a bunch of stuff. Cool. Alright, well, let's do this thing. Fella, what are you using? You've got nothing, because I had to take it away. Well, the rocket pistol shoots the most, like 4 shots per round, I believe, and they don't seem to have electronic countermeasures, so I'm going to move you one more tile over, because this should make this slug get back attacked by everyone above him, basically. Alright, now we do have a rocket launcher. I'm going to hold off to... because it's very limited ammunition. And you can switch it out very quickly. you just can't switch it back in easily. So I'm still gonna, yeah, I'm still gonna use the normal weapons here. 0 damage. I wonder if that's their evade. We'll try a mini explosive though. So this is with the grenade launcher, and you can see they actually have much better long-range accuracy, which is totally awesome. Actually, you know, that's not bad for damage. But yeah, like I said, we're not wasting our rocket launchers or plasma throwers just yet. So, probably another situation where needle guns are the best bet. And it's just because they get that inherent 50% dodge, basically. But I will take the +1 to hit here. Actually, let's roast them. The Mercurian gun, microwave gun is, unless the enemy is immune to it, it is probably one of the highest damaging weapons for pretty much anyone that's not specialized in something else. Alright, well that went really well. So unfortunately what I have to do is, if I want to start with the plasma, whatever, ready to go, plasma whatever, I basically have to ready them between each battle. Who's got... You've got the grenade launcher. You're supposed to have the grenade... Oh, it also... That's right. So even if I do... Like, even if... Whether I unequip it to equip something else, or I just use it, it automatically unreadies itself at the end of the round, or at the end of the turn, so... That definitely makes this a bit of a pain. Definitely a bit of a pain, but it's fine. This is the dungeon where we're going to finally test out those fancy weapons. That's my plan. Another barrack. Isn't the plural of barrack barracks? Like, with an S? It's just 1 barrack, 2 barracks, I think. More acidicium, alright. Well, there's more of them. Alright, we're going to use a rocket. Now, maybe this is not a great situation. I think rocket launchers have the same area of effect as a fireball from the standard Dungeons & Dragons game. So it should hit everything except for the 3 squares here, here, here in each corner. So it should hit basically everything on this kind of circle, basically. But we'll find out anyway. Nope. Well, it went astray anyway, and it still didn't hit anything, so... What do I know? We need a better situation for these giant fireball weapons to work. I just keep getting, like, the wrong time. Wrong battles. Wrong encounters. Alright. Well, it hit half of them, which I guess is about as good as you can get for enemies that have a 50% passive dodge. Probably still worth a little grenade, right? That did quite a lot of damage. That's worth it. Alright, fella. Just rush on in there. You'll be fine. Alec, right. The rocket launcher didn't work out terribly well. We'll try the polearm. Again, I haven't really had a whole lot of success with it so far, but... It's always got a chance it'll work. Unfortunately, Oodaloop's almost burned through his amazing gun ammo. These enemies are also probably, because of their evasion, they're even worse. Like, they're another sort of ammo wasting type enemies, basically. Oh, grenade launcher is not readied. So I can throw a grenade, but I wouldn't have been able to long-range grenade launcher it. Now, so far, none of these guys have... Wow, 4 for 4 evasions, I would assume there. None of these guys have managed to paralyze us so far. It almost feels like they've got sort of a blink effect, where after their round, you can't even attack them anyway. The same way, like, phase spiders used to do back in the old days. Well, that'll do it. But yeah, I mean, so far these guys haven't been too bad. They're definitely ammo wasters, and tanky enough that it takes a while to take them down, basically, is the main thing. But so far they've not really caused any significant damage or paralysis or anything. Alright, let's just check the corners. You never know when they're going to hide some goodies in there. Let's just try to finish the northeast section of this map today, and I'll probably need to end the episode and finish exploring the rest of it next episode, is my guess. Meeting room is full of Ram officers and warriors. They point weapons at you as you enter. You're ordered to surrender. I sure wish I had my plasma launchers and stuff ready. I forgot to re-equip them. Let's fight! Confidently drawing your weapons, you wade into their midst. Hopefully this isn't a terrible mistake. There's not that many, but they do start point blank. They're actually, like, these guys are not very tough. These are just generic Ram soldiers with Ram warriors with no special stats or anything, so we'll be fine. But unfortunately, we keep starting in melee where we don't really gain much advantage for area of effect weapons. Well, they use those pretty effectively. Why are they immune? I just don't understand that. I keep forgetting because it doesn't make any sense. How are these things immune to microwaves? They should not be immune. And then Leander only has one weapon, so he can't do anything right now. Good start. Not a backstab, unfortunately. We can use the rocket pistol here at least. Just no laser weapons, basically. And apparently no microwave guns. Whoa, they had a backstab? How did they pull that off? Oh, I did put Udaloop in a bad spot for that, to be fair. Normally I don't put my guys in that kind of situation. So microwave gun failing me. Laser pistol won't do anything here. I mean, I could chafe grenade to break their aerosol grenade, but like whatever. Probably just better to try to kill one. Good old laser kicks or rocket kicks. Yeah, they do have mono knives. 2 backstabs. That was rude. It's a good thing they don't do very much damage. Could set up a backstab back here, maybe. Yeah, let's go backstab. 33 damage, not too shabby. But yeah, these enemies are just too weak to be a real threat at this point. It's just, you know, it's frustrating when they're immune to half of my weapons. What's the point of bringing all these nice varied weapon styles when all you really... the only thing that really works are needle guns. Anyway, Alec, that was a good round for you. You got 2 backstab kills in there. Good job. You had a bad episode last time, I think. Today's much better. Unfortunately, the loot has been rather lackluster as well. I'm not seeing anything really worth picking up. There's definitely some value, but you can't sell it until we get back to space, so... you search the room, but find nothing really interesting. That's a shame. I mean, it was a good fight. Let's, I swear, one day I will see these weapons do something. And it will be amazing. One day. So this, no, I thought this might be the main entrance. You hear murmuring close by. You press your ear to the wall and catch something about prisoners on level 3. Oh man, there's multiple levels? So unlike the Ram asteroid base, I can't remember the name of it, where we had to hack a bunch of computers and get lots of data, it doesn't look like they're going to let us do much of that here, which is, you know, it's okay. More barracks. Graffiti on the wall reads, Kilroy.DOS was here. I thought those were AIs. Alright, floor 2 barracks, authorized personnel only. So I assume this is a different floor? Oh, I think I see how this will work. So there's going to be 4, like if you look at our mini-map, which is, again, not part of the original game, there's going to be like 4 quadrants, each one will be its own floor. So let's just finish this floor then. I think I know what's going on. Please vacate it immediately. Yeah. Alright. So we're just on the barracks full of Acidium. That's fine. Try to get some backstabs again if I can set them up at the very least. Pretty good damage. Unfortunately, you know, I get all my grenade launchers ready and then again fall back to the boring old bolt guns and needle guns. It's just, we don't really have a good option for area of effect here. That's all. Backstab for 0. Classic. We can set up a backstab here, technically. Oops. Of course, it's not a plasma thrower. So neither of those were backstabs, and neither did any damage. That's a shame. It's possible you can't switch your weapon and still get a backstab on that turn. I don't know. Oh, are we out? Oh no, we're out of ammo for the good gun. I sure wish you could just take other like basic needle gun ammo and move it into this one, right? That'd be so cool. Can you? I wonder. Yeah, you can only have stacks. Like you can have grenades, you can't have the ammo and like move it over. That would have been the best. Oh well, the needle gun, even if it's not Martian, is still really good. So long as you've got weapon specialization in needle guns, so it's fine. In fact, it's pretty much the best weapon anyway, even if you don't have that. So, but I am glad I brought us some spare needle guns, basically. All right, another quick fight. I don't think there's going to be any big fights on this floor, other than the conference room we already cleared out. Yeah. Now that I think I understand how this map works, I think we know all we need to know. The Venusian bolt gun has been doing quite a good job. This won't be a backstab, but it won't be anything. What am I thinking? That did a lot of damage for a laser weapon. He must have at least a +1 laser weapon. I thought laser weapons were like 1d8 though, so that was like +3 if it can do 11 damage. I can't remember if I ever showed you guys Leander's weapons. I can't remember if I ever looked at them. Alright, let me just check because I'm curious. It's just a basic laser pistol. How did that do more than 8 damage? It's 1d8 +3. He's got no dex bonus. I have no idea where that... Oh! He's a warrior! He comes with weapon spec. Okay, that's cool. So theoretically, you could give him like a Martian or Venusian laser pistol. He's a temporary character, but you could make him like really quite powerful with those. Also, he did have a monosword. I forgot. I didn't even know that. Oh well. I'm not going to stress it, but yeah, it's kind of neat. Because he's a warrior, he's actually surprisingly good at hitting stuff compared to, you know, your medics and stuff. Alright, well this floor looks to be a bit of a dud. I guess we probably should end the episode here. I'm going to assume we're on floor 2. 1 will be like the main entrance. And there's probably nothing here, but we'll clear this one next episode and then we'll go do floors 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Floors 3 and 4, where probably the meat of the dungeon is. So thanks for watching and all that, and I'll see you next episode for more Buck Rogers Countdown to Doomsday. Thanks for watching, folks. See you there.